This is the weekly review for Raw and SmackDown. So this is Raw 21st January 2013, SmackDown 25th January 2013. Now I've got to say it was a really boring night on Raw with even with The Rock electrifying the world. It wasn't really a electrifying segment when the Shield came out, attacked him, and it wasn't really that of a strong kind of a performance by CM Punk when it looked like that CM Punk actually hired Shield to attack The Rock on Raw. And the thing is, good news is that Vince McMahon has come out and he's said that if the Shield attacked The Rock at the Royal Rumble, then that means Punk will be stripped off the championship, and that's a good thing because then there's no excuses and there's nothing left. And yeah, and pretty much that's a good thing. So there's no excuses, there's no hiding, and there's no backing out for Punk. Punk just has to go in and pretty much beat The Rock to be the best in the world and earn respect. Anyway, Vicky Guerrero and Paul Heyman were really sad about The Rock's concert when The Rock insulted them both with the horrible and the other one that was pretty inappropriate. But anyway, Vicky banned The Rock in the ring and said that he won't be in the ring anymore. And then The Rock was backstage with security, with the police, with the officers, and he was just persuading them to just get out and pretty much, move aside and let him in. But Vicky had to tell them that to not do that. So The Rock had to do all he could to just do that. Then it was pretty much. And then Paul Heyman was doing some kind of promo and he started saying about how insulting he is and how bad he is in trouble at the Royal Rumble. And also, and then Vicky started crying again. Beat the Clock Challenge was also coming up, and the winner of the Beat the Clock Challenge will choose to pick any number at the Royal Rumble match in the 30-man Battle Royal. It was Cesaro versus Orton. Randy Orton beated Cesaro in under about 11 minutes and 36 seconds. And it was and then pretty much the Shield cut a promo about what they have been doing for the past 2 months, I think. Yeah, 2 months. And then was Big Show versus Ryder. It was really boring with Big Show beating Ryder in under 50 seconds. That was not Beat the Clock Challenge match. It was not the Beat the Clock Challenge. And it was Ryback versus Heath Slater. Ryback won in 1 minute 20 seconds, and pretty much I don't think that was either a Beat the Clock Challenge. I don't think it was. And then it was backstage with Rock persuading and the officers, and it pretty much worked when they tried to let him in, but then Vicky came out and said, you know what, it's not going to happen, and so basically officers were kind of pleased of what he tried to say, and it's all for the people and all that stuff. So that was a part of the idea of his. And it was CM Punk wearing a hoodie, cutting a promo saying that he will be the best in the world and he will beat The Rock. And CM Punk would vow that The Rock, he vows that The Rock will never be champion, he will never be the best in the world, and he will never beat CM Punk when it comes to Royal Rumble this Sunday. So that's not gonna happen in his opinion. That's all he had to say. It was about 4 minutes. It wasn't very good. Another Beat the Clock Challenge match, Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz. And this was a good back and forth match. And the thing is, there was a lot of controversial in this match with AJ and Biggie Langston trying to distract The Miz. And Dolph Ziggler won in 10 minutes and 56 seconds. So that means he beat Randy Orton in the time. And yeah. And then it was the anger management graduation with Daniel Bryan combing his hair and Kane, and both of them wearing those suits, and it was pretty funny. It was very funny. It really was a really good segment. I urge everybody to actually watch this because it was just blimmin' funny. It really was. And Dr. Shelby said that he's proud of Kane and Daniel Bryan. They're the first ever graduates of the anger management course, and then pretty much Kane and Daniel Bryan were just asking the fans to say to hug each other to make it all feel better, because I think they were getting really angry, saying that this is stupid. Daniel Bryan looked really funny with his hair combed and everything like that. And it was really funny with Kane and Daniel Bryan just screaming and telling everybody to hug each other. It was really funny. So then everybody just hugged each other, and they were anger management graduates. And yeah, I think that was kind of it. And then pretty much it was I think some kind of pool bomb instead of a pipe bomb that Paul Heyman was gonna lay next with some kind of pool bomb. It wasn't that much of a good segment because Paul Heyman just said the exact same thing that CM Punk said, and it was pretty boring. And then The Rock came, and then said just shut his mouth and go away. And then The Rock came out and said that he vows that he will be the champion, promises that he will be champion, and he says that CM Punk is not God, because I think about 2 weeks ago he said CM Punk said that challenging like anybody facing CM Punk would be like facing God, and then The Rock said that he's not God, and vows that he swears to God that he will be the champion. So it's kind of a really good and it was pretty much that was it. And then it just went all the way to and ending the promo, and then the Shield coming out attacking The Rock when the lights faded and out, and then The Rock pretty much just got completely whooped. And that was it. And pretty much it was a really bad segment, because then afterwards CM Punk came out, because he was sitting in the box office thing, and CM Punk said that he will always be champion. And also Rock said that he has a dream in the names of Martin Luther King, because that was the week of Martin Luther King week, and he says that he's got a dream of becoming, after 10 years, he's going to become champion. So when CM Punk came out, I mean, not really come out, but he was just standing there saying that he'll be champion. And pretty much, I think that was it. That was it, and it was a very, very boring thing. Sheamus versus Wade Barrett in the Beat the Clock challenge match. This was okay, because at the end, Dolph Ziggler and AJ came out trying to distract. About 30 seconds left, but then Sheamus could not make it because of AJ and Dolph Ziggler, and he could not beat the clock. Dolph Ziggler was the one. He beat. He was the winner. He was the winner, and he could choose any number he liked. But then Vicky Guerrero said that he can only choose the number between 1 and 2. And what a stupid thing that happened, because now there's no point of actually the beat the clock thing. There was no point whatsoever. It was completely stupid. And yeah, so pretty much Dolph Ziggler would have to choose which one. And then it was announced segment, because of the John Cena and the Road to WrestleMania thing. Basically, John Cena was just having some fun, saying that he was having some fun talking about Sundays, but then he talked about this Sunday, about Royal Rumble, and he says that he will be the winner. Sheamus comes out, says that he'll be the winner, and then it comes out all the way so and so on to Randy Orton, Team Hell No, Primetime Players, 3MB, Antonio Cesaro, everybody else came out. Big brawl happened. Pretty much that was a very, very good ending to Raw, but still not strong enough, not a good rating, I would guess. Was not good at all. I really did not like it at all. But let's go on to SmackDown. I read this and I was very, very excited about this thing, because then it was the final face-off between Rock and CM Punk. A 6-man elimination tag team match even happened. So yeah, let's just get this on with. Alright, so pretty much Team Hell No came out and they were happy about the graduation thing, and they said that they will be Royal Rumble winners if it's Kane, Daniel Bryan. They started arguing about who will be the Royal Rumble winner, but then Big Show came out, says that he will be the World Heavyweight Champion, and then it comes out to Damon Sandow and Rhodes Scholars coming out and saying that they will beat Kane and Daniel Bryan for the tag team championships in the Royal Rumble. and also they will be in the match, the 30-man match. Then WWE comes out, and pretty much they all having a 6-man elimination tag team match, and pretty much that was all thanks to Booker T. Sheamus afterwards defeated Wade Barrett in a non-title match, good back and forth match, but then Sheamus won clean with a brogue kick. Then it was also next week be a Raw Roulette, so it's gonna be that spin the wheel thing. It's gonna be awesome. I really like that. CM Punk comes out and talks about The Rock and the Royal Rumble, and then Paul Heyman has and he's got a executive order for the stipulation made by Vince. Punk called out the Shield and told them to get out of his business, and they leave, and out comes The Rock. But then Rock cuts a promo and then leaves, and then CM Punk rips The Rock, and fans, he starts ripping The Rock and The Rock's fans, you mean the people, and then The Rock comes back again, and this time they start brawling, and Rock lays CM Punk out with the rock bottom. So I really want to see it. I really do want to see this segment. I really want to see SmackDown, and then it was The Miz defeating Darren Young with the figure 4 lock. Then it was Kane, Daniel Bryan, and Del Rio versus Big Show, Rhodes, and Damien Sandow in the main event. Sandow was eliminated first, then Kane and Daniel Bryan were eliminated then by Big Show. Big Show gets counted out, and Del Rio pins Rhodes to win the match. After the match, Big Show went nuts on Del Rio and pinned him under the announcer tables, and then Show counted to 10 to end SmackDown. Strong performance by Big Show, but I cannot wait to see the segment, the final face-off between the epic match that will happen, that will clash these two at the Royal Rumble. So yeah, that was it. Like my videos, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Please do ask some questions for the Q&A that's coming out very soon. Short, probably at the late February. Yeah, so I will see you guys next time. Keep asking questions. I really need more questions, so keep on asking me questions, and I will see you next time. Subscribe. Until next time, peace.